Okay, so if you do not have any teardrop beads, you can use round beads, you can use bicones, which are these small diamond shaped round 3 diamonds. You can use rondelles, whatever you have. You could even use oval beads too. Oval beads will still make cute flowers. It'll still be similar to that. So, but oval beads that are, you know, center filled. So, okay. So same thing here. I took a jump ring and then I squished it. We like to squish things on this channel, so it's nice and flat. I'm a squish lover. Okay. So same thing. I would say maybe 12 inches. So if you saw. I think I did around 12 inches and it gave me some extra to play with, and I also had to cut some off, so this should be plenty. Okay, we are going to begin the same way. So you're going to start a little wrap, maybe with that much. I just fold it over like so, and then I'll try and pull this through. Be really careful because this is stabby territory, so. And I'm going to press that down. All right. Just like that. And we're gonna thread, this is not quite round. This is like a, I think they call it a helix bead. It's got facets going in a spiral. I don't know if you can see the shape there. But yeah. So if you do a round bead or a rondelle, these are okay to tilt. In fact, I would recommend threading them so that they are tilted like this. If you see the hole, I probably wouldn't. Actually, you could thread them to where the hole is facing directly. The drill hole's going up and down, and then you can have a cute little wire, you know, going around like that or something. But I like to go sideways because I feel like I'm more able to keep it secure like this, like really taut against the jump ring. So let's try and see if we can thread the wire through the jump ring this time, see what happens. The only reason why I don't like doing this is because this happens. Like, it likes to kink up, especially when you're working in tiny spaces like this. You could probably do all of these jump ring techniques with jump rings that are 7 or even 8 millimeters. The bigger the jump ring and the smaller the beads, the more the beads will be spread out. So this is like a tiny jump ring I'm working with, where you see how much space in between these petals. I mean, I guess they're pretty close to each other, but if you had a bigger jump ring, they would be way more spread out. You might even need to use more beads. Oh dear. I think that was a tiny chip there. Oh, there it is. Sometimes you can pull too tight. Okay, so did I do a second wrap? No, I didn't. I'm gonna do one more wrap. So if you notice, I keep my finger through there so that it kind of gives the loop some slack as I'm pulling on it. We're going to thread the next, and then we're going to put the wire through this way, and then you're going to pull tight against the jump ring, but obviously not too tight like I did. Maybe this is not bad, threading the wire with the point first. It's not too bad. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to mix up a whole bunch of different style flowers if I am doing a piece with flowers. I don't always do floral stuff, but it is certainly fun when I do. I've also made earrings and jewelry with flowers. That's really fun. Extremely challenging with gemstones, though. Kind of drives me crazy sometimes, but. So I'm going to thread this through, so it looks like we're kind of getting close to that next bead. So you might have to do some scooting. Actually, that looks like we'll have some space, so. We're gonna go through. So there's already some wire coil there. I'm just gonna wrap over it. It doesn't really matter as long as it's secure, because it's not going to be super visible. So I'm going to do one more. I usually like to do 3 wraps when I am beginning or ending. So I'm going to snip that. Actually, I'm not going to snip that. I forgot. We're going to keep that length. And then if you need to adjust your things a bit, and then here's the other side. See, it looks kind of cool with the wire. So sometimes I will use this as the front side, and then I'll just put the bead in the front, and I like the, you know, the wire adds some definition to the flower. It's kind of cool looking. Or you can put it on this side if you want, and it'll look like that. I'm gonna do the wire side this time, because I think it looks kind of cool. So you're just going to bring this around so that this bead can sit in the middle there. And then you're going to feed the tip of the wire through the jump ring. And then make sure as you're feeding it that it is pulling through the same side and not like going in this direction or going that way. You want it to come out that same spot that you were looping, pressing it through. And then you might have to wiggle it a little bit to get it taut. And there you go. Cute flower. And now you have this extra length that you can use to wrap onto your Suncatcher, or you can make a loop like we just did and make this into another earring. So some cool things you can do. You don't have to do 5 petals. You could even use large bicones and make this 4-petal flower. I made this to be kind of like a hydrangea. Am I saying that right? Hydrangea blossom. So it's just, these are 8mm bicones, and then it's a little bit more challenging doing it this way because if you notice the bicone is sitting with the drill hole going straight against the jump ring, which is actually a little bit challenging. But if you want some variation in your flowers, it's kind of worth it. It's fun. So if you put a bunch of your flowers together, you can make a cute little bouquet or something. Or a little garden you can arrange. But yeah, hope you guys had fun.
Like and subscribe.
Let me know what you thought of these different flowers, and I want to see what you made. If you want to send us your pictures on, you can find us on Instagram at Margate and Binturong, or our Facebook group. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Cute flower.